Well, good morning, Bobby Lee here from Hurricane Creek Farms. Glad y'all are watching. Please, before we get into it, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and once you're subscribed, hit the little bell for the notifications. But once you guys have all had a chance to do that, we're gonna get these pastures rotated. As we've been saying for a while now, yeah, pastures getting short, so I don't know how excited they'll be to see what's actually out here once they get out here and get to pick it around. But cow nature is kind of like human nature sometimes, and that sometimes they just want to change the scenery. But yeah, it's pretty sad that I'm moving them back out here. And as I stand there, and you can see there's not much. You can look around here in a few spots and there's a little more, but I'm not even gonna walk over there, but that hillside, you may or may not be able to appreciate it once you get up out of this little bottom. She looks really bare and crispy, but there's some in here for them to eat. I don't know how long it'll actually support them, a day or two maybe all, but yeah, still trying to kind of strategically hold them off one of these other pastures for another few days if we can. Yeah, really needing to speed up our timeline on getting them pregnancy checked and then getting, you know, just numbers thinned down to where we, you know, can stretch this grass a little further. But it hasn't quite been long enough since we ended our breeding season to check them, so we're kind of, you know, just at the mercy of time there. But anyway, we got some other stuff to do. Feels pretty good right now, pretty decent. I think it's 72. Feels nice. It's looking, of course, it's going up to like 98 today. Next week, somehow I got calendar on me. I'm sure somebody flicking a tail. Goodness, barely 6 o'clock. Been wearing this shirt for about 45 minutes and already got calendar on me. But yeah, next week we've got a 6-day stretch where 4 of the 6 days the highs are over 100. I think, of course, the other 2 days in there the highs like 99. So it's not just that it's dry, it's that it's hot. I mean, it's July, it's supposed to be hot. We tend to get a little dry, but we're certainly a lot drier than normal. Got a couple of stragglers coming there. And then I think we'll shut that gate. Still hear some bawling over there. I may need to ride through and just make sure somebody doesn't get shut out. But yeah, we got other stuff to do this morning before it starts getting blazing hot. So I've been thinking about it all morning, just trying to decide, do I want to go ahead and rotate these boys today or wait another day or two? I think I'm gonna make the decision to go ahead to kind of, some of them at least, kind of back off in the direction of the next pasture anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and they should follow me pretty eagerly. They want this little bit of feed I've got, and get them back there into some pasture that they've really only been off of for a week or so, but start easing them back towards the other end of this property where the best grazing should still be. Like you say, yeah, not a whole lot out here for them. Eager to get through the gate. And I walked off down in the woods to check on the spring that waters. There was actually 2 springs in here, but I want to check at least one of them, be sure they had water. And they do. It's actually looks like it's still running really well. So by the time I got back up here, they've done dispersed. They wiped out that little bit of feed, which is good, because as they were eating, wouldn't have been much good footage. It was just one big dust cloud right here. But anyway, so got those rotated. Heck, we've rotated everybody this morning. We got a couple other things to get done. It's still early. Getting a much earlier start today than we did yesterday. Just nice, like to know that. Okay, I haven't gotten everything done I need to today, but I've gotten all kind of the daily chores done. It's about 7:15, so I got the whole rest of the day ahead of me to get other projects going. But Yeah, we'll leave them in here. And grass is not gone in here. We're okay right now. But saying we're okay is about the most we can say this time. Well, I guess a little bit of a bright spot or some positive news. Just gone by and visited with kind of a family friend of ours who basically has some grass that we're going to be able to have to bale. Essentially some hay fields they baled in the past, but the last year or two have just been clipping it, mowing it down, and you know, with the situation we're in this year, they're gonna be able to allow us to bale it. So not ready to bale right now because they actually clipped it once earlier, like a month and a half or so ago. But like everything else, if it gets a rain, it'll be ready to cut here pretty soon. So a bit of a bright spot, but also just got done recording an episode of the podcast Talk Dirt to Me. As always, I encourage y'all to go listen to that one. Actually, our previous episode, which aired a week ago, you know, we talked a lot about the Dutch farmer protest. Thought we had actually a really good conversation talking about that, kind of breaking down that issue and how that's an issue that we either are facing here in the U.S. on some level, but better be prepared for, you know, a bigger fight like they're having there right now. But anyway, yeah, a little bit of a positive note, and got another episode of the podcast recorded for those of you who enjoy listening to that as well. Well, we're now spending our afternoon buying some hay. We've been needing to bale some hay, been wanting to bale some more cow hay, but had a friend of ours, had some alfalfa. Not a lot of alfalfa grown in this part of the country, but he's got a fair bit. Kaylin wanted some for the horses, so being the good husband I am, I'm here getting some for the horses. But I got a pretty good setup. I'm using a skid steer. If you've seen us, you know, square bale and square hay, we've got a similar setup. This one actually, it's a little different accumulator, picking up 10 at a time, but we're going to try to get about 100, 120 bales, see how it goes. I brought my helpers. Kimber's already made it over there to the shade. Looks like Willis is going to go join her. I don't blame them. It's pretty warm right out here.
Is that okay or a little more?
You can come a little more. You can come just a little more. That's good. All right, and we are loaded, 120 bales. Now we're heading south, get home. Y'all left the door open. My helpers, y'all left the door open. We'll get to see if we can get this home without losing half of it. Between the diesel and the alfalfa, I'm afraid to admit how much money I've spent this afternoon. Made it home, didn't lose a bale, I don't think. I actually have not looked at the other side. Shouldn't have lost a bale. Shouldn't act like that's a great accomplishment. Made it home with 120 bales. Gonna unload it in the morning when it's a little cooler. Went ahead and backed it under the barn. Not really sure why. I guess we could say we're just trying to keep the dew off of it. But yeah, and then I was also having a conversation. I'd pay what we paid for that hay to get about a 1-inch rain tonight. So in a way, if we left it out in the rain and it ruined it all, you can make an argument that I'd be fine with that. But anyway, got that back in the barn, get the kids unloaded, and we're gonna maybe call it an evening. And another good morning to you. We've now fast forwarded, jumped ahead, whatever you want to say. 2 days, it's Monday morning. My plan all along had been to get that hay unloaded early this morning. It's about 5:30 now. I would have had to have started probably 45 minutes or so ago because I gotta go to work. But I couldn't unload that hay this morning. Because as you'll see, because it's just about quit now, Hope you can see, we don't have much light. That's a water puddle. It's still trying to drizzle on us. It was too dark to film over there at the rain gauge, but looks like right at an inch, maybe just a little over it. So just super blessed to catch that. It was one of those where it looked like it was gonna keep doing like it has in the past and might miss us, but now instead we got a good one. I think it rained hard at some point, but I think a lot of this came down a little slower after the first part of the storm came through. So absolutely fantastic. Couldn't be more happy to have the truck wet. My butt's gonna get wet whenever I do get in the seat again. We left the windows down, we don't care. We can get that hay unloaded tomorrow morning. Okay, and now the sun's up and up. You can actually see that rain gauge. And my goodness, we got well over an inch. We can call that 1.25 inches. Almost 1 3/10 inches. Yeah, this is big. Water puddles in the driveway. I mean, it's just amazing how, I think today is exactly 40 days. It was June 8th. I'm standing here recording on July 18th. June 8th was the last significant rain we got, I should say. We've figured about 1,100 since then. But anyway, let's get back here and check on these boys, see how they're feeling. And of course it's cooler this morning too. I think the high today is only like 90 maybe. So it's a good day. It's a Monday. You know, normally everybody hates Mondays. We're loving this Monday. And in typical farmer fashion, I gotta find a reason to complain now. Our mud hole is a mud hole again. So now it's a little less convenient to drive back here and check calves when they're in these other pastures. But I'm happy for it. Driving through mud holes, dumping water out of feed bunks. All things I really wasn't sure if we would ever have to do them again. So it's just amazing. I mean, you know it's gonna rain again eventually. But you're just like, I don't know if I don't even remember what mud looks like. And now I'm already like, oh man, it's slick getting back here. And it is, it's downright just a little bit muddy. One thing I was thinking about this morning as I was waking up and knew it had rained at least a significant amount. Those two kind of real late born calves we just had, it's the first time either of them has ever seen mud. First time it's ever rained on them, basically. There's a few boys coming up. I hear a bunch over there, over on the next ridge. So, you know how it is on a rainy morning, it's kind of hard to get up and get going. But they'll get up here. Oh yeah, there's a couple crests on the top of the ridge there. Get over here and get them a little feed. But yeah, at the risk of sounding greedy, I'm gonna tell you, oh, Willis is talking to me.
If we just leave, the cows will just come up here and eat the food.
They're coming to eat the food. They're gonna eat it whether we're here or not. But yeah, at the risk of sounding greedy, I'm gonna say we're gonna keep praying for rain. Mainly because, of course, we were so dry. I mean, this was just, you know, no doubt a godsend. You know, and this will get us, I don't know, back in pretty good shape. I won't quite call this a drought buster, but the big deal is today's Monday. This will be a few days before we get this one edited. But probably by the time I get this one posted, I think either on Thursday or Friday of this week, we got 4 straight days of triple digits. I think 101 to 102 for our highs. We get triple digit temperatures here in the south. We don't typically, you know, a few times a year, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 days times throughout the summer on average. We've got 4 days in a row. Of course, with no rain, really, you know, between now and then, or I don't think there's any rain in like the 7th day or so, none significant to speak of. But so yeah, we're still praying for rain because we're gonna get right back dry again here pretty quick. This is gonna soak up pretty fast, as dry as we had been. Looking at some of the like soil moisture maps, like we were really dry, which you didn't need to look at a map to be able to tell that. But yeah, like I said, it is Monday. I really hope my brother got a good rain. I hadn't talked to him yet this morning. I'll see him here in about an hour and a half. Find out hopefully that he got, I know he got some rain. It was pretty widespread. I just hope he got as much as we did. But yeah, this is a Monday. It's going to be a dang good Monday. Starting out right anyway. But we're going to get back home. I got to get cleaned up and get ready for work. So as always, we remind y'all, eat beef and God bless.